Everybody wants a piece now. Y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet out. Get ready for defeat now. I'm gonna make you bleed.
What's up, guys? It is Reyes here, and we're going to check out Offending Everybody. I might actually take a break after this from Offending Everybody for the fact that I don't necessarily want to feel like I'm kind of just taking his shit, which is what I started feeling like here lately. But I want to do other kinds of reactions as well. So if y'all have any ideas, please drop them in the comments down below, and I'd love to check them out. Until then, let's get into it.
Isn't that right, ladies? That's why I decided to go to America's largest indoor water park, Kalahari Resorts. They got water slides, a wave pool, jail teens, everything you could possibly want for the low price of your physical well-being. You see, water parks are like Diddy's house. They're wet, rough, and don't ask for permission. I think I got hurt on almost every slide.
I think that joke might have came just a tad bit too early, but hey, fuck it. Throw it out there.
First slide I like to call lazy
P.
dog.
Diddler
Ride down
was
face first on your elbows, which sounds like a terrible idea.
an interesting case.
Anytime someone says just get in your elbows, you should start asking questions. Worst part was you can't wear goggles, so all you're doing is taking money shots to the face. And at the end of the ride, they added a little hill. That way you gain a little bit of air before landing back down on your elbows. I remember just standing up afterwards like, why did I pay for this? Second slide I like to call.
There's a slide down close to where I'm at. It's in Cape Grotto, and they give you these like little towels to slide down on, and I swear on every fucking thing I love, half of us would be prepared to just fly off the side of the goddamn slide, because the towel is to prevent you from getting traction on a water slide. And on the second one, it goes down. I don't know why I'm aiming this way. It goes down and then curves back up slightly. So what you do is you have no traction. So it's like a dead fucking drop. And then immediately right back up in the fucking air. Then a dead drop. So by the time you're done sliding down that bitch, you are bruised, beaten, and broken.
Which, to be fair, would have been great if they allowed you to wear fucking goggles. Hard to have fun when you take a fire hose to the face. Feel like if you went skydiving and someone's just repeatedly slapping you. It's kind of ruining the experience. Third slide I like to call the pooper, because it starts off like a regular slide that connects to a giant toilet bowl that flushes you into a pool. Now, this can be a great slide, depending on how you fall. Feet first in your spine. Head first and my spine! That's right, my third time playing goldfish, I went head first. My spine bent backwards as I belly flopped into the pool. To make it worse, once I surfaced, I'm just getting pelted in the head by a waterfall. Now I'm crazy disoriented, in a great deal of pain, playing Marco Polo with a preteen lifeguard. Help me, child! Fourth slide I like to call daddy issues, because at first she seems like a fun ride, but
oh, dude, I'm trying my best, but I am fucking hella dying.
I just kept getting back on, saying this time will be different. Fifth slide I like to call
that's what we all say,
trans, where everything's going great
it never
until
works.
Rock hard. You see, this slide leads to a 7-foot
I had to turn
pool,
my audio
and
back
swim
up.
your way to the exit. No big deal, right? Wrong. Because the pool goes from 7 to 4 feet with no warning. It's not
dude, always
either. Just a surprise concrete stair. Yeah, I didn't realize you had an Adam's apple. Sixth slide I like to call the tease. It's right next to surprise trans, which makes you think you're going to land in a 7-foot pool. Nope. That hits 3 feet max. So after landing, I go to stand up and slam my shin against the ground. I'm like, mother of tits. That's why I decided to take a break and go to the wave pool. Now, when I say wave pool, what do you think of? Is it waves? Not this one. Ripple, sure, but waves? No. It felt more like being in a bathtub with your autistic cousin, only with less piss. They should have called it the Kai Cenat, because it was a little bitch. Like, get it together and start drowning some toddlers.
Oh, dude,
Part of the
I'm
excitement is trying to save small
this
children.
guy's fucking hilarious.
Then I went to the floating basketball hoops, which had a huge sign that said no dunking, which was just ridiculous. First off, everyone there was white, so I don't think it'd be a problem. Plus, we're in a pool. I mean, talk about black people kryptonite. Anyway, I played for a bit until a child starts splashing me. I politely asked him to stop, but like your FAP sessions, he kept going. So I did the only logical thing.
You know, this guy is fucking intelligent, and he does put a lot of effort into his shit. I can't even front on that. Like, this shit is hilarious.
Ike a ball in his face. He starts crying and I start laughing, saying, "What did you learn?" Unfortunately, he didn't stop crying, and the preteen lifeguard whistles for me to get out of the pool. As I'm exiting, I'm confronted by the kid's 15-year-old brother who starts threatening me, saying, "Yo, that's my brother you hit." And I'm like, maybe you should play better defense. Now, before I get butthurt comments and you hit a child, the balls are made out of foam, okay? How much damage could I possibly have done? Besides, you should never f with someone bigger than you. If Rihanna learned that lesson, that kid can too. Anyway, I was getting tired of children, so I went to the adults only section called the Grotto. And ooh, this area was nice. It had mood lighting, a swim-up bar, and best of all, no children! Only problem was there was almost no one there. So I'm chit-chatting with the bartender for a bit until two fine honeys enter the pool. One had a cheetah print bikini on, and my Johnson's like, time to make this kitty purr. So I approached them.
Oh, dear Lord. You know, to be honest, I've actually never been to, like, I know this is going to sound weird, but I've never been the partying kind of person, so I've never really dealt with shit like this, other than the fact that I had, like I said, the water park in Cape that about broke my fucking neck on. But I've never dealt with, like, the social aspect of this shit.
It could not have gone worse.
Oh no, I've never been a social person.
The cheetah print girl
I hate
says,
fucking
"So,
people.
who did you come here with?" No one. "So you came to a water park alone?" "Well, I just moved here." "So you don't have any friends?" "Well, some people I met." "Really? Then where are they?" "Well, I felt a little presumptuous to invite them to a place where they gotta be half naked." "Sounds like you don't have any friends." "Well, just like you aren't making it easy. Who you calling a bitch, you loser?" That's when I decided to be the bigger person and walk away. Right after splashing her. So now there's only about an hour left, and both my body and ego are hurting. Normally I just leave, but I was determined to have a positive experience. That's when I see the FlowRider or surfing simulator. Now, I never skateboarded or surfed before, but thought, how hard could it be? Spoiler alert, pretty goddamn hard! The only thing f***ing me that day was my balance. Because as soon as I hopped on the board, I ate shit. Just went face first and...
Dude, I am not gonna lie, that is one thing my brother's fucking good at. Like, I can push. But whenever it comes to tricks or anything like that, my brother can skateboard for fucking days. That I've watched that dude do pop shove-its and shit like that, and it's like me on the other hand, I can barely fucking ollie. Or I'm better at an ollie than ollieing, unironically. If y'all don't know what that is, it's skateboard terms. Ollie is whenever you use the back to jump forward, and nollie is where you use the forward area, you lean forward to kind of pop backwards and go forward. It's weird to kind of explain. I am terrible at explanations. Don't ask me to be a fucking teacher.
Into the wave and slid my way to the top, then took the walk of shame back down, saying,
Because I'd be like Ozzy Osbourne at a concert trying to explain something due to math.
Because I wanted to RKO myself. What do you think happened? This is my first time doing this. Cut me some shit. He says, "Here, just hold my hands and start bouncing on the board. I'll guide you in." So I start bouncing and slowly work my way into the wave. As soon as he lets go, my board starts to spin, and I'm like, no. Then I fell backwards, slamming my head against the mat. Concussion has entered the chat. After all the scrapes and bruises, I ended my water park experience with the concussion, ringing in my ears, bright lights.
When your medical record becomes a fucking Discord server.
Massive headache. I had it all. Almost like God was trying to shake some sense into me. "You didn't learn your lessons on the slides? Here, maybe this will teach you." So anyone thinking about going to a water park, just don't. Because water parks are like road trips with your uncle. Sounds like a fun time until they start beating your meat. You know, you've seen some pretty disturbing movies. The Human Centipede, The Hills Have Eyes, the Emoji Movie, but none were as disturbing as 2004's 50 First Dates. For those who haven't seen it, Adam Sandler's character, Henry,
I
is
actually
in love
like
with
that
a woman
movie.
named Lucy. But there's a catch. You see, Lucy has amnesia, and every time she falls asleep, she forgets everything that happened the day before. The movie paints itself as a lovable rom-com, where Henry spends every day trying to woo over Lucy. Like, every day is a first date, hence the title, 50 First Dates. But the movie is actually a horror. For starters, how is Henry trying to fuck Lucy every day not a crime? Think about it. If I told you a 40-year-old dude was trying to sleep with someone with a severe cognitive disorder, would you not think it's a little rapey? It'd be like if I convinced a girl with Down syndrome to blow me. Like, I shouldn't be praised for being romantic.
Now that I think about it, he's not wrong. That made 51st. That actually legitimately made 51st Dates kind of creepy. But who would ever want to sleep with Adam Sandler? I guess I must be.
Romantic,
Why
should be arrested. Now, it'd
What
be
the
different if they were
fuckity
already
fuck
in love.
did I
Like,
just
if they were
click
together for
onto?
5 years and all of a sudden
wasn't
Lucy
even
gets
paying
RKO'd on the
attention.
concrete, then the movie would be a heartwarming tale of sacrificing for a loved one. But they never met before. Every day, Lucy has no memory of who Henry is, which leads me to the most disturbing fact of this movie, which is how long before Henry starts to mess with Lucy? Really think about the premise for a minute. A guy is dating a girl who literally won't remember anything the next morning, no matter what he does? Huh? I'm sure the men watching are seeing where I'm going with this, but for any ladies tuning in, let me spell it out for you. You see, men are capable of absolutely horrible shit. But most of us don't act on these primal thoughts because there's consequences.
Yeah.
Could be moral consequences like feeling guilty of hurting someone, or legal consequences like going to prison. Now imagine you don't have to worry about either of these. You don't feel
Every guy that is watching this has probably thought about fucking murdering somebody. I'm being dead ass serious. The reason why is because most men, they don't act on it. But just the slightest thing that pisses us off, we go 0 to 100. But we don't show it. We don't act on it. It's just emotionally, it's like, nope. No, fuck you.
guilt because the person
And
doesn't
most
remember
men
what you
will
did, and
understand that.
you can't be convicted because there's no witnesses. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you're Henry, how can you not mess with Lucy? The temptation is too damn high. Like, yeah, the first couple of weeks and months you don't do anything, but we're all human. Eventually, you're gonna have a horrible day, and she's gonna wake up next to you screaming, who are you? Get the fuck out! And you could explain what's going on for the 100th time, but you're tired and you don't want to deal with it. So you'll start small and say, yeah, bitch, I kidnapped you. Now shut up and let me rest before I tie you to the bed. And over time, your frustration is gonna build. I mean, she literally doesn't remember anything that happened the day before. Eventually, you're gonna start doing some
drive
wild
somebody
shit for the lulz.
fucking nuts.
What kind of wild shit, you may ask? Well, imagine Lucy wakes up in a cold, dark room with clown pictures all over the wall. A spotlight appears on her as you say, well, look who we got here. Possibly while petting some sort of cat. You'd film it, of course, and show your guy friends the next day. She'd be sitting on the couch next to you, horrified, saying, what the fuck? Is that me? And you'll be like, yeah, don't worry about it, babe. You'll forget about it tomorrow. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. You quite literally have
Oh
a
my
character you can
God.
put in whatever story you want. Tie her up and take her to the jungle. Put some Bluetooth speakers in the bushes and tell her King Kong is looking for his play toy. Or dress her up in 1800s clothes and have your black friend ask for his freedom. Or the classic, put some sugar in Ziploc bags and have her wake up on a boat. Tell her she just robbed a Colombian drug lord and you're her getaway driver. Then have some friends start chasing you on jet skis as you tell them to grab the gun under the seat. She'd be like, what's happening? I'm not shooting anybody. And you're like, you shot Eduardo last week in front of his kids. His kids. Now you won't shoot these no-names.
that
She'd
is
probably
fucked.
say, what? That wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. You have any idea what they'll do if they catch us?
Dude,
You'd be
bruh,
lucky
that
if they
is- that
just
is-
raped
that would be
and beat
fucking
you to
mean.
death. Now grab
But
the
it would
gun.
be
By this
worth
point,
it.
your friends have caught up to you on the boat and are taking out their weapons. Shoot him! Shoot him in the face! Will fearing for her life make her pull the trigger? Either way, you'll have something to laugh about on the couch the next day. The moral of the story is, when I look at 50 First Dates, I don't see a fairy tale of a man trying to impress someone.
Now I see a horror
broken
film.
individual clinging onto the one woman that would show him any level of affection, knowing that he may be able to suppress his primal urges while in the honeymoon phase of the relationship.
Where the
but
fuck
it's
is
only a
this
matter of
going?
time before he breaks and does something truly horrific. What I'm really saying is, if you're an attractive woman with dementia, please slide into my DMs.
Oh shit. Anyways, y'all. Like I said, I'm probably gonna take a break from the Offending Everybody. Probably gonna move over towards, of course, the gameplays side of things. With finishing up The Evil Within 2. But I'm also wanting to do more like horror reactions, scary video reactions, comedy specials, anything that would be interesting to y'all, let me know in the comments down below. But until then, drop a like, subscribe, and have a blessed and wonderful day. Peace out.
Where did you go when I was down?